So I'm here in Jakarta, Indonesia, and I am doing a workshop, a 3-day workshop on dyspraxia. It's actually a continuation of an online course that I did. So we're focusing more on assessment and intervention during this time period together in Jakarta. So dyspraxia is a motor neuron disorder. And what it causes the brain not being able to tell the body how to move in a certain sequence in a certain way. It's a very complicated piece because it's not something that we can see. When a child breaks his arm, we can see that they're not able to use it. But a motor neuron piece is really more what's behind the scenes. So we see behaviors, we see kids who become frustrated, we see kids who become really upset by their own inability to understand why they cannot do what their brain is wanting them to do. So I have with me today Lily, who is an early developmental educator and has been working in this field for a while. And I'm wondering, Lily, if you could tell us what made you come to this course?
Yeah, hi, thanks Maude. Happy to be here. I think as an early interventionist, I work with a lot of children, and I know that it's always very important to establish like rapport and relationships, and that's the foundation of all the work that we do. But I know that something was a bit missing because I sometimes to establish joint attention, there was a lot of trial and error. You try a few things that you notice through observations and your clinical observations that the child might like, and also through parental discussions. But I found that it wasn't very intentional. It's like, I think he might like this, let's try this. So I felt that there was more that I could do to help the child regulate themselves, to do it in a more like systematic way, to understand them better.
Wow. And what are you learning at the course? I mean, what are you gaining from being here?
Learned so much. I think one is that I think dyspraxia is more than just what you see. That's like generalized dyspraxia. That was always my understanding of it. Even though I was working in the field, I just saw like if a child is clumsy, probably dyspraxia. But I didn't realize that dyspraxia affects a child at so many different levels, like from ideation to like the way they the bilateral integration in their bodies. So it might appear as like dyslexia, it might appear as social emotional difficulties because they don't feel comfortable in their bodies at all. It might appear as ADHD. So I realized that a lot of the times the parents and even us as when we work with children, we are only seeing the symptoms, and while we treat the symptoms, and that's okay. But if we really understand the underlying issues and we can treat them together, it's going to be so much more beneficial for the child in the longer term. And then I think that's one of the main takeaways.
Beautiful. Yeah. I couldn't have said it better. It's true, and even though you're doing a more thorough job in the beginning, which feels slower, when you start the intervention it goes faster, because your intervention can be more targeted if you know exactly where you want to work on. Dyspraxia can be such a tough place to be in. As we've already noted, it can be so hidden. And there's so many different layers to it. When we think about dyspraxia, in my model, we cover 3 different phases that we assess and intervene in. Phase 1 being foundation, which is more or less the first 9 months of our lives. And then we go into organization, which is really around about 9 to about 2.5 years. And then we go into executive function, which can run anything, depending on the child, between 3 years, 4 years, up to 5 years. And the program is developed so that you can figure out those developmental layers in which we can assess and then intervene. So I have with me now Bang, who is a university educator. Bang, you just tell us a little bit about your position at the university.
I'm teaching psychosocial, but I am interested in children So I combine, not only a psychosocial approach, but also the physical approach. So that's why I'm interested learning Dyspraxia that you deliver today since Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you decide to come to the course?
Because I think I want to more expand my skill and my knowledge, because I actually have experience treating the dyspraxia children, but some of them is not really progress.
And I'm very interested in your framework of psychosocial, you know, as this is a very big part of dyspraxia that I think is not so widely understood.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested in your continued work in this area, because what I find is that kids with dyspraxia almost always, and I want to say 99.9%, has a low-grade anxiety that's always following them.
Yeah.
Always following them, because they don't feel equipped to perform in an adequate way.
That's right.
And I think making the link between the physical art of the dyspraxia and then looking at the psychosocial piece can be quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
You could sort of say, what is the biggest nugget so far that you're taking home with you from attending this workshop?
Yeah, I think I learned from this from seminar and workshop that there is a pathway to there is structure pathway to follow how to tackle the complex problem with dyspraxic children. I think that's a good idea for me to implement this.
So I have with me a parent who I want to introduce to you, that is going to tell us a little bit about her experience here at the workshop. So Shelley, what made you come to the workshop?
Yes, I once taught my child about something, and then tomorrow when I want to do it with my child, it's like she never learned. So, and later on, I know she has dyspraxia, because it's hard for her to learn something new, and especially about motoric action gitu. She has many difficulties in that area. So after I know that it's called dyspraxia, so I want to know more about it from professional, of course. Yeah.
And so what are you learning? I mean, how do you feel attending the workshop?
Yes, I feel more grounded as a parent. Yeah. At first, when I know that my child has such a difficulties, I feel lost, Maude, because I don't know what it is. I don't know how to deal with it. But you gave me the whole picture so that I can understand where I am now and where I am going to lead my child development. After knowing about the whole picture, it's different. Now that I know which direction I should go, I feel more confident to face everyday tasks gitu ya, we should do gitu. And then yes, it's very relieve my anxiety as a parent because I know many parents just like me, when they first time know about the difficulties, it's a new world, and we don't know anything about it. So if we know more about it, it's good. It's good for ourselves. It's good for our child. Yeah,
that's right.
It's make a huge difference, Maude.
And the dyspraxia can be so easily misdiagnosed with something else.
Yes,
that's the tough part, is how do you tease out what is what, right? And I must say, it's been a pleasure having you here. You fell into it in every activity. I just saw you there, boots and all, really enjoying what you are learning.
Because it's maybe it's my reality. Every day I have to deal with it. So when you taught me something, it's my reality, I can apply this to Rachel, to my child. I can apply this technique, and the technique you use is helpful for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
So if you would want to give somebody out there a message from what you learned at this workshop, what would that message be?
Yes, I want every parents. I think every parents who has difficulties like me, you should reach out because after reach out, you can get so many solutions. You can get so many help, and dyspraxia surely can be changed. I've seen in my child, so you could also find some support for yourself, and yeah, because dyspraxia can be changed, and don't give up, really don't give up as a parent.
So I think I just want to maybe say that JCDC, Jakarta Child Developmental Center, has been an incredibly warm host to this workshop. It's been an amazing experience to be here. I think that Jakarta is blessed having a place like this for people to come to, for kids to be treated, for professionals to be taught or more equipped. I think families are always involved in therapy here, and I think the whole village approach is clearly apparent to me.
Yeah.
So I want to thank JCDC for hosting me, and I'm just enjoying being here. Thank you.